Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Chicago Chinatown Chamber of Commerce's 30th Anniversary Gala. I'm Nasita Kwan from NBC5, and I'm honored to be helping to host this event. I remember arriving here 18 years ago, here in Chicago, and I remember that the Chinatown Chamber of Commerce was one of the first organizations that I reached out to as a young journalist. First, it got me to Chinatown, where I could eat, where I promptly ordered some yubinjo. And of course, I also wanted to learn more about the history of this particular neighborhood, which was so dear to me, having moved to a city of neighborhoods. Now years have passed, and I consider Chinatown part of the neighborhood that I live in. So I want to begin by recognizing some of the VIPs who have joined us. Some who joined us at the reception, some will be joining us for the dinner. U.S. Congressman Danny K. Davis, Vice Consul General Kun Lu and Consul Jianming Song from the Office of the Consulate General of the PRC in Chicago, Deputy Andy Seng from the Culture Center of the Taipei Economic and Cultural Office in Chicago, State Representative Ken Duncan, Alderman Daniel Solis, Alderman Robert Fioretti, Alderman Pat Dowell, the first elected Filipino circuit judge in Illinois, Jessica O'Brien, Mr. Barton Moy, Area 3 coordinator for the police department, Ms. Tran Nguyen and Ms. Angelina Loverty, both from the office of U.S. Senator Richard Durbin, the director of Global and Economic Affairs from the office of U.S. Senator Mark Kirk, Matt Abbott, the director of Intergovernmental Affairs from the office of Illinois State Comptroller Judy Barr Topinka, Charles Habagoyan, Director of World Business Chicago, Rita Athas, and Ms. Jadine Chu from the Chicago Public School. I'd also like to mention that Attorney General Lisa Madigan and 11th District Commissioner John Daly, and Cook County State's Attorney Anita Alvarez, as well as Alderman Balsar, were all at the reception. And now, I would like to recognize and introduce you to many people whom you already know, our board of directors. So let's begin with Chairman Tony Hsu. Raymond Chin is not here, but certainly here in spirit. Director Cam Liu, Director Mabel Moy, Director Morgan Ng, Director Daryl Tom, Ina Chen, Vice President of Citibank, Ming Ming Tong, Vice President of MetLife Insurance, Tony Hu, Chinese Secretary of the Tony Gourmet Group, of course, Mark Yan, English Secretary, State Farm Insurance, Raymond Lee, Treasurer from Golden Country Oriental Food, Iman Fong Vien, Director of American Metro Bank, Jenny Yang, Director of Phoenix Bean LLC, Judy Yu, also a Director from Cathay Bank, Wai Chi Yun, Director from Wing Chan Barbecue, Stan Bochnowski, Director, Lakeside Bank, Pauline Chen, Director, Charter One Bank. Are you guys having trouble hearing? Can you hear me? Okay. Joyce Chu, a Director from Evergreen Jewelry. Betty Chow, Director, Pacific Global Bank. Jean Lee, Co-Chairman of the Advisory Board, Chicago Chinatown Special Events Committee. Our funny guy up here, Ray Spade, Co-Chairman of the Advisory Board, Lakeside Bank. Charlie Wang, a Director from the House of Fortune. Dominique Lai, Director from the American Family Insurance. Helen Lee, Director, King Wong Catering Service. Wayne Liang, Director, Kenki Restaurant. C.W. Chan, a member of the Advisory Board. There it is. Jimmy Lee, a member of the advisory board and a principal of Create Possible. Benjamin Wong, a member of the advisory board, Cathay Bank. And Paul Lamb, a consultant. Can we have just a big round of applause, full on, for all these hardworking folks? And now, I would like to present the Chamber's newly elected president, Mr. Raymond Chin, who is to give the opening remarks for this evening.
We do have a fun and informative evening planned for all of you. So enjoy this night with your friends and family. At this point, I will turn this back to my friend Ray Spay to continue the program on my behalf. Thank you.
Well, I worked real hard on this, and we blew it, I think, but... Good evening, everybody. My name is Ray Spaeth, and I'm co-chairman of the advisory board of, or advisory council of the Chinatown Chamber of Commerce, along with my good friend, Gene Lee, who's also co-chairman. I want to thank you all for attending our gala and for providing such generous and continuous support of the Chamber, and especially to our Chinatown community. As most of you know, this is Chinatown's centennial year. And all year we've been celebrating the past 100 years of history, but we haven't looked into the future. So in the video following, you'll see that we've come a long way in the past century and have much more growth in the next 100 years. Let's everybody watch this video of Chinatown, past, present, and hopefully the future.